have contacted the coronavirus. Dr. Collier, everybody is in a panic right now. We got Dr. M.J. Collier. Welcome him to the show this morning. Dr. Collier, talk to us.
Good morning, Rickey, Smiley. And let me say to the coronavirus is now real. I think people understand that what we were talking about before, when you're dealing with an infectious disease, person-to-person contact, and particularly of a respiratory virus, is easy to spread. It is spreading across the country. And, what was considered minor symptoms, the death rate is now gone up from, say, 1.8% to now almost 5%. So this is a serious condition, and it might be appropriate to cancel some of these events.
What?
I think that when we have the things like the NBA shutting down the basketball, we're having problems with that because one of the players that was being interviewed, they said he was going to play, and he was kind of touching all the microphones and touching all the people. He came up positive with the virus. So
right.
This is a problem. This is a real problem now. And again, I think people, you don't need to go into isolation. It's not, the zombie apocalypse. So let's not think that. But again, common sense precautions are very, very important. And we have talked about, not touching your hand. Not touching your hand to your eyes, your nose, or your face. Also, using soap and water is the best decontaminant, bar none. But when people are washing their hands,
say that again, Dr. Collier. Let them know. Say it again, loud and clear.
Soap and water. You don't have to have any kind of elegant solution. You don't have to buy anything off the internet. Soap and water is the best anti-contaminant for your body. So washing your hands, but Rickey, oftentimes when people wash their hands, they'll put the soap in their hands, they rub their palms together, then they rinse their hands off. That's not the way that they should correctly decontaminate their hands. They should wash the front of the hands. They should also wash the back of the hands, and they should wash between the fingers, and they should also scrub under their nails. But more importantly, there's nothing magical about the wrist line. You need to go above the wrist, and you need to go up the forearm to make sure that you're thoroughly decontaminating your hands so that you don't self-inoculate. So that is it. Avoid people that are obviously sick. People that are sick should stay away from people who aren't sick. They should impose so that they're not spreading the virus around. So this is, going to be very dramatic over the next few weeks as people are understanding, that this is a public health issue at this point. And so lives are going to change, and they'll probably change forever. Some of the way we do things and have done things in the United States will be totally and completely different. When you used to see people wearing masks in China, over the last decade, we say, why are those people walking around with masks on? You're going to start to see that type of behavior here in the United States. So we can expect some things to be different, and it's going to be life-changing.
So, Dr. Collier, I know that being a little bit more diligent and vigilant on keeping your hygiene together and cleaning is very important to not contract this disease, or virus rather. But are there things such as, you see these basketball games closing and all these public events. Is it smarter not to go to places in large crowds like the mall, even though they might not have closed, just to, not run that risk?
Well, I'm not ready to make that public health leap at this point. That may change in 24 hours. I know that last week, I didn't think it was necessary to close events, but now events are being closed. So you have to kind of reassess where you are in the process in real time. They're trying to follow the model that they have saw that worked well in China and that's working well in Europe and Italy now, and that's basically shutting down, people contact. So that can abruptly halt the progression of and slow down the transmission of the viral disease. So, but the United States is a different culture. People they're not going to be in self-imposed isolation because they have place to go and things to do. So, it's going to be a cultural shift, a cultural change. You're already getting pushback from people who it's going to negatively impact them economically because people that, they have to go to the mall and work. And if the people at the mall that are working and selling Cinnabons and nobody's coming to the mall, they're going to start laying people off. And, it's going to be a problem. So, the economic impact is, there are secondary problems and tertiary problems that are going to impact the economy of the United States. You see what's happening in the stock market now. And, originally people were saying, well, this doesn't make any sense. But when you think about how it's impacting the economy, the first quarter of the year, or this quarter rather, of the economic status of the United States is changed and it will not recover. So, the United States economy is going to be negatively impacted.
Wow, Dr. Collier, how often can you check in with us? Because we really need, just tell people, I think our listeners
we can
love to
give
hear
you
from
regular updates on an hourly basis, Ricky, if you like.
Dr. Collier, I need you to call
do that.
Call at some point every single hour, every single day. Just call, and I'll stop a record to put you on if you feel like it's something that you need to say to keep people safe. We really appreciate this information, Dr. Collier.
Yes.
Well, Ricky, we are looking forward to it.
Yes, sir, y'all. All right, more Rickey Smiley Morning Show, more Dr. Collier coming up next, y'all. And I got your wake-up calls, 866-9-RICKY, Rickey Smiley Morning Show.